on our hearts for a while now, just the youth leading the church. And this is great because I do think that the youth has like a very strong impact in this generation. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brent Stryker. I am one of the student leaders here at Brighton Christian Church. And I'm up here because I'm actually sharing a poem I wrote with you. Not with you, for you. Just a little backstory. I've been struggling with depression since maybe around middle school. I've been just really struggling with depression and anxiety. I've been struggling with depression and anxiety and spirits of loneliness and stuff. And so oftentimes I write poems to kind of convey my feelings. So this is a poem I wrote, and I asked Dan, hey, do you want to do a backtrack to this? And he said, yeah, which was really sweet. So, so I guess I'll just start it. So I'm writing this poem in relation with my life currently. My life has become bright white from a stain that was burgundy. You see, you look at me and doubt I've been through anything because I'm only 16, but don't underestimate the things that I've been through and the things that I've seen. I'm going to tell you a story on how my dead soul has begun to green. This is called Ignite. Growing up, I was raised in a Christian home with a blessed family and a blessed life. But ever since I was little, loneliness and anxiety has cut me with its knife. In middle school, I was bullied and beaten with words that tore me open. God became distant as I became broken. I thought He had put this upon me. Hatred for myself became my religion, forcing hatred on others because hate made an incision. I would proclaim I hated Jesus because He thought I was worthless. I turned my back on Him, and pornography and anger got all my worship. Demons became my only friends. Their screaming seemed to never really end. You're worthless, you're dead inside, no one loves you, and God's abandoned you. And unfortunately, I let their taunts fill my view, and I chose to believe them because it was all that I knew. I confided in my room in a dark basement where I'd spend most of my time. I was in a dark pit I grew comfortable with, so I refused to climb. I was too deep to see any light, or maybe I was just blind. It was all I'd become accustomed to, so I didn't really mind. So after 4 years of self-hatred, suicidal thoughts, and a hate for God in my heart, I stood at the altar and I asked Him to give me a fresh start. If you're really there, God, and you truly love me, my heart is open to you. And to this day, I haven't been the same. The hatred for God was turned to love for the one above because He sent a dove to fly through my open window, and He was the one I began to show. But in life, some things remain while others might go. Storytellers in my head would whisper stories through my abandoned heart of how I was meaningless to the ones I loved, making me feel unloved, and I began to fall apart. Self-hatred and the fear to accept myself once again became the burden in my mind, and I just wish I could bind the blind that covered my eyes from believing the truth, because I've had heartbreaks, and people go away, and it's become hard to trust people even to this day. I know I'm broken, but hear what I have to say, that when a tree loses all its leaves, it looks rather dead, but it's still very alive, waiting for the winter to end, so that it may start to bloom once again. I'm like that tree in the spring. My heart looks dead now, but beauty is what I bring, because I found the truest of hope, and by the power in Jesus, I am able to cope. If there's anything I want you to get to this, it's that God is powerful, and in life there's times where you feel nothing and you feel awful, but in the mind of the man bigger than the seas, you're meaningful. Times come where you feel like a hollow shell, and times where you think if I died, I'd go straight to hell, where you lay in bed and these thoughts run through your head, where you wonder what it'd be like if you were to end up dead, where you wake up and you wish you hadn't, where you feel like you've lost all your purpose, when the only thing that sets you back from certain death is a little voice inside your head that says maybe you're not worthless, because I've been there, next to a roadside as I watched the cars drive by, and my only wish was to not be alive. I'd become too broken to simply survive. My only desire was one where I would die. But before I jumped, a gentle hand reached out and pulled me back and took away the thoughts of the things that I had lacked. He put light back into my mind, which had grown black. And I stand before you today to tell you that He is the only way to heal a heart that's been cracked. Through Him, my sadness is beginning to fade away. And I wake up feeling better each day because I know even the same man who gives the debt they're worth. The same man that knows every grain of sand on this earth. The same man that hears every thought that comes into my mind about being lonely. That even though he's exalted high, he looks upon the lonely. Surrender your heart, because he's won this fight. Surrender your heart, and you'll begin to ignite. Thank you.